You know, I remember this quote from back in the day. It was from Gandhi himself, and it said, "The future depends upon what you can do today. And the best thing you can do today is play Wrestling Empire by Matt Dicki. Matt Dicki is a self-made independent game dev from Brigg, North Lincolnshire, England, who's been making games since the early 2000s. Some of his most famous pieces of work include Hard Time, Wrestling Revolution, Wrestling Empire, and a ton of others. I can't even begin to name half of them. I remember that my first M. Dicki game was actually Hard Time 2D. I was like 7 or so I'd like to say that I had discovered the game on my Kindle Fire I got from my grandma. I really wish I had a better story for this. I remember being all excited for when I finally managed to serve out my sentence. And, you know, by serve out my sentence, I mean hide away at the house until my time was up. Now, looking back at it, Hard Time 2D, honestly a pretty mid-game at best. However, I gotta give it some credit, as it is what introduced me to his games.
Nice.
Now, it's honestly crazy for me to look back in my life and see that something released that recently is considered nostalgic. I was such a big M. Dicki fan. I even have this old photo of me in an M. Dicki shirt. Now this is not an official M. Dicki shirt. It's just a white t-shirt that my mom printed the M. Dicki logo on. But the dedication was still there. I was also such a big fan that my nickname at school was the Dicki Destroyer. I would get kids on the playground randomly walk up to me and ask me for Matthew Dicki's social security number, and I'd happily tell them. You gotta know that as the biggest M. Dicki fan of all time, there's nothing that's off limits. I know what color Matt is thinking of right this second. It's cerulean blue, by the way. But even with Matt Dicki being the Martin Scorsese of game developers, the Bill Gates of programmers, the Leonardo da Vinci of graphic designers, I still see some people dare to disrespect my... Wrestling Empire only has a 10 out of 10 on Steam? I'm sorry, what? Only a 10 out of 10? That's like Schindler's List winning a golden But to highlight my problem, let's take a look at the Rolling Stones list of the greatest video games of all time. Now, I would expect all of these slots to be taken up by M. Dicki games, but this must have been tampered with because I couldn't find a single one. This brings me to one conclusion: a government conspiracy.